Hi guys, I'm back. Um, Sorry it's been a while since I last uploaded a video. Been pretty much taking a break after a little bit. Um, so as you can tell, I'm in the kitchen about to make some coffee. Um, until you put my morning so far, since it's been up about maybe an hour-ish. It's been a little hectic. Like once I got up and went into the bathroom like I normally do, I was scratching the inside of my nose because it gets itchy sometimes. I had a nosebleed after that, so I spent like 10 minutes in there trying to get it out. Well, not trying to get it out, but trying to get it stopped. And then I went to go feed my dogs and go check out my chickens like I normally do. And then after that, I went into my room to get all my writing stuff and all that. And then I went back up into my room to change. And then I came into the kitchen after sneezing for like a million times to go make some coffee. And I normally make coffee in that coffee mug right over there. Not coffee mug, but coffee maker. But today, this is like the second time that I'm trying I like cold iced coffee. But this time, instead of the Starbucks unsweetened iced coffee, it's with the Stalt cold brew coffee, the darker roast, which is still smooth from what the bottle says, and it's unsweet. So it's like extra bold, black extra bold, unsweetened. I'm gonna go put some ice in my Starbucks coffee cup that I got whenever I went to go visit Lander University on April Fool's Day. So I'm gonna make some coffee. I'll come back. So I'm gonna do a clip of me making coffee, and then I'll come back and tell y'all how it tastes. So I just got finished making my coffee, as you can tell. Probably in the time lapse, probably looks like I did it in like seconds when it took me probably about 5 minutes maybe to make it. But I have it in my Starbucks coffee cup. And the creamer I put in it to make it look like this blondish color is the Great Value caramel vanilla. And so, because I don't like drinking anything like coffee straight up without anything in it. If I do, then it's just at a coffee shop because I don't know what they got. But if I don't, then I get Starbucks or Dunkin'. I always get something that has like sugar, creamer, and all that in it. And at home, I always put creamer, like a good amount of creamer, for about 2 to 4 packs of like the small itty bitty packs of Splenda, and then sometimes honey, depending on if we have any creamer or not. Because if not, then I put milk and honey in it with sugar, and then I drink it up like that. But I tasted a little bit of this earlier before I put my spoon in the sink, and it was pretty good. Try it again now. It's pretty good. You can taste the caramel and vanilla a good bit. So I'm gonna go downstairs, put my coffee in a cup holder, maybe come up here and find breakfast. I'll probably wait until I get my 3-year-old brother, his room is back there down that hallway, and then my 1-year-old sister, which her room is right up here. If you can hear that music, it's from her room. I'm gonna do a time lapse of me writing for a little bit, probably until I hear one of them get up, because I have their monitor screen on here, because we have cameras in our room to make sure that, so know if they're up, so we don't have to listen by ear. But I'm gonna turn my TV on, put Disney Plus on, and watch Once Upon a Time, and then I'm gonna get started on writing. Y'all see that, me writing in the next clip, which will be a time lapse, so it doesn't look like I'm taking forever at writing, and it doesn't look like the next about hour maybe of me writing. So I'm gonna go ahead and get on to writing. It's been 10 minutes. I haven't written, but because last night, because I got home from Alabama last night, so I read through so I was editing a little bit of the prologue, adding the 1787 Constitutional Convention. Decided to scrap that because the prologue's already long enough. The prologue is 35 pages, roughly. Um, so I'm not gonna make it longer than it is. It's because I have two main characters in this first book, which this book I'm working on now is book one of my historical fantasy series, and then I have a whole binder for that series, and then I have a binder which is a spin-off series to this series, and then I might have an historical fiction book. Oh no, a historical fantasy, like maybe two, like either an historical fantasy book or an historical fantasy duology, which is a 2-book series. But if that don't happen, then I'll just do the series, which is gonna be a spin-off series to this. And then so I'm gonna do is just leave cliffhangers all the way until the last book, which I have like 5 main characters in that book, which I'll have each of them describing, like in the prologue anyway, describing everything that has happened within them, so that I don't, within the 3 other books before that one. And yeah, so in this, I'm doing the word count I have in here so far. So page-wise, I have 291 pages, words, 88,922, and the characters is 474,032, and the characters excluding spaces is 386,366, which is a lot. Especially if this is almost 300 pages worth. And if you hear that eerie noise, like music in the background, it's because I'm watching some weird version of Beauty and the Beast, which is looks like an older version than the 2019 version of Beauty and the Beast, but it has that similar taste to how has that similar way of how the cartoon Beauty and the Beast and the 2019 Beauty and the Beast are. It's just that it looks more eerie and a little more creepy, and then the original Beauty and the Beast back in 19 something, and the 2019 version. It's just that it has an actual what Beauty and the Beast actually would have been if the 2019 version, live action wise though, if the 2019 Beauty and the Beast wasn't filmed. So and that's what it has that feeling to, that. It has that medieval France type to it, how it was put in, back in colonial France / medieval France kind of deal, how all the Beauty and the Beast, the cartoon Beauty and the Beast and the 2019 Beauty and the Beast were made, and pretty much any Beauty and the Beast in between there has been made, it looks like. And pretty much that's how I have so far. But I'll come in and check, I'll probably be reading through if I do end up doing a time lapse. Unless I decide that I'm going to be typing for this instead of reading through. But I might read through so that I don't have to be, even though I want to be writing, I just want to read through a little bit of part 1 before I go into part 2. Because I started part 2 a couple weeks ago. And I have the first chapter and a half, 2 chapters done of part 2. And I'm on the 10th chapter of part 2 as well, so that can be already started. So I'm just gonna go out and go into the time lapse and pretty much go on from there, and then I'll update y'all once I'm done with that. Okay, so as you can tell, I read through all of chapter 3 and chapter 4 now. But I might just stop the video right here for today, because I don't want it to be too long. I have to get my youngest siblings up in about half an hour, depending on if they wake up within that half hour. And if they do, then I'm gonna stop the video either way. If they do, I won't update anymore today. But if not, then if they don't get up, but if they do end up getting up around 8:30, I'll end up just updating once they go down for a nap, and then I'll do my second video of the day there. If not, then I'll just do everything that I'll need to do, and then update y'all tomorrow. So, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'm gonna drop my Instagram and TikTok down below, and I'm gonna figure out what I should do the rest of the time that I'm up and not filming, like how my last video was, where it was a fairly long but not as long as what I wanted the third riding vlog to be, which was about half an hour, a little over half an hour. But this one isn't really half an hour, it's more closer to like between 10 and 12 minutes, just depending on how long I talk for. So I hope y'all enjoy. I'm gonna put my Instagram, like I said earlier, I'm gonna put my TikTok and Instagram in the description, and I'll see y'all guys maybe tomorrow.